Yes.
All right, look,
Let's
I'm gonna
see.
tell y'all right now. We got a. Let me scoot my camera over there. There we go. We got a big timer. We got a big
Oh,
timer
come
on.
on. Come
And,
on.
no, here's what I'm saying. Normally, I get to wave everybody when they come in the chat, but they pouring in too fast. So
Come on.
you
We do
know,
it. It's like
they they coming in too fast right now. Good gracious, you know what I'm saying? I can't wave at everybody. We already got cats, saying good vibes. I know that's right.
you
I
know,
know
like
that's right.
hi. You say hi, hi everybody. Hi, hi. And they can see me on. They have me on Instagram, or you can join the
Yeah.
link. Let me tell
Mm-hmm.
to my followers, the link is in my bio if you want to join through YouTube. So you can join through
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, or you can join through Instagram. Share it. I
Mm-hmm.
will give you 5 minutes. Go ahead and share it to the whole world.
Yeah, 5 minutes. We got to share it to the world. You know what
Share
I'm
it.
saying?
Sharing is caring. Yesterday was the like Saint Valentine for whoever celebrates that stuff, right? The day of love and friendship. So don't be
uh,
selfish today.
yeah,
You were
for
so
real. Don't be
lovey
selfish.
yesterday. You gotta be lovey today too and share it.
Look, Cupid would be mad. Cupid would be mad with you if you share this right now.
He
Real
got the
angry.
he
You know what
got
I'm
the
saying?
arrow already pointing at your behind
You
because
know
you're
what I'm
not
saying?
sharing.
All stretched back. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna give some more time to people to get in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like the sister said, go ahead and
Go ahead and share,
they
share,
laughing at
share.
us. Share. So get those people in the chat. Cause guess what? We talking about something devastating information tonight that we all as the human race, you know what I'm saying? Especially in melanated folks, especially spiritual workers. But we are talking some powerful stuff on that. And guess
Yeah.
what? We got the perfect sister here to do it. A powerful sister, Miss Gracia Ordonez.
Thank
Gracia.
you, thank you. No, bro. So I have to
Did
give
I say
you.
that right?
Yes, you said it perfect. You said it perfect.
Gracia.
You rolled the R. You sounding too Cuban here. Something too Cuban to me right now. No, I'm extremely thankful. I'm extremely thankful because you are one of people that has invited me to podcast and have made me feel like free range, do whatever, say whatever, be yourself, and and it's beautiful. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for all the awareness you bring, and for giving people a platform. Like that's big. That's big. Thank you.
Hey sis, you know what I'm saying? As we said earlier, I got to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I got to get this information to the people. You know what I'm saying? That's this day and time. We have to uplift humanity. That's what we are as priests and priestesses, as teachers at this day and time. We got to do
Yes.
that. Um, I'm gonna do my normal intro for the people.
Go
Anybody
ahead.
who's watching, please press that subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, please do it right now. Click, 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 click. Press that subscribe button. If you're on IG, press the follow button. You know what I'm saying? All the good stuff. All the good stuff. We'll get all those the pleasantries out of the way. And of course, if you haven't yet, go to yourbrozo.com. It should be scrolling on the bottom, and get my book, Bicultural Living and Leaving the World of Illusions. It talks about my experience, growing up in this world and becoming conscious as a melanated being, my journeys of awakening. You know what I'm saying? Um, please, www.yourbrozo.com. All right. And of course, the Polka Dot Rabbit podcast. We are here for the people that get it. We do not sit back we don't deal with the isms, the racisms, and all this kind of stuff. We are here for the people that get it. We're also here to elevate, us as melanated people for the information that we didn't know back in the past. We're here to give this to you with great, wonderful sisters like we have today. Okay. Um, I'm done. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna
Oh,
let
he's done. Now it's on me. Who?
yes, indeed. Um, we're gonna go ahead and let the beautiful sister Gracia introduce herself, and you have the floor.
Okay, so I don't even know. I'm Grecia. Oh wait, you're gonna go away and leave me here alone? You can.
Bye bye.
So, I'm Gracia Ordoñez, and I'm born and raised Cuban. Spiritual worker, mother of two. Um, I'm a tarot reader. I am initiated. I'm a Yain Kisi, initiated in Palo Mayombe. I don't know what else to say. I'm a business owner. I run an online boutique. So if you want to beautify yourself, go ahead and you can click the link in my bio. I have new arrivals. I was launching tomorrow morning, but you can get the scoop tonight. So I'm an event host. I have an event called Witches and Wine. I take it all over the country, and I'm extremely grateful I had the opportunity to meet my brother YOURBROZO in one of my events in Atlanta. He allowed me to use his space there for my event, so that was amazing. Thank you so much. Again, you saved my event. So yeah, that's who I am. That's who I am. I don't really like to introduce myself.
No, that's good. Yeah, we'll keep it rolling. We'll keep it rolling. So let's start talking about the meat and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? The meat and potatoes, because
we're going to the meat. We're going to the meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you said, you from Cuba. How do you pronounce it probably? Cuba, right?
Cuba. Yes, sir.
Cuba.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Cuba.
I learned that, just so you know, I learned that from Tony Montana, from Scarface. Just so you know that.
Trying to accommodate my little meditation.
Look, sadly, I'm not joking about that either, but go ahead. But,
yeah, Cuba.
Yeah. So could you please kind of briefly talk about the history of Cuba, and let's talk about that first. The history of Cuba, how it was formed, what it was before, the indigenous people, et cetera, et cetera. Please, sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Cuba was, first of all, a lot of Taínos, Taíno, Arawak, and Caribes, Arawak, and Taínos conformed the indigenous people of Cuba. Then, there was a whole lot of melting pots. Cuba was the hub. It was one of the main islands for commerce because of the proximity to the US, to Mexico, and then the all the islands as well. So there was a big presence. We were colony of Spain first, and when Spain was there was a big presence of Arabs, and there was a big presence of of course, Africans, and a big presence of Spaniards. There was a lot of mix going on, a lot, like I say, a lot of commerce, a lot of, like, as I would say, traffic going on in Cuba, right? Then after that, we were territory of the United States of America until 1950. We don't like that year. Anyway, 1959, where Fidel Castro took over. And yes, Fidel Castro did preach something. He preached that we was going to get finally democracy and equal rights, but that was not what happened. After Fidel Castro took power with the promise that he was going to turn the country into a democratic country where we could, vote and get our rights restored and all of those things, he then decided that we was a Marxist communist country, and he allied with the Russians. So that started the whole nightmare of the Cuban people. The image and the propaganda that was sold to the whole world as Fidel being this godlike figure, or this savior that was going to save Latin America, and that he was going to treat Black people equal, and that we were all going to be equal under communism. That was all a lie. It was exactly that propaganda. The propaganda became bigger, actually, because especially, and I have to call it what it is. I have to, like you say, I have to call the meat and the potato. Okay. So the propaganda became bigger, and it was targeted especially to the Black people in this country. The propaganda was targeted to the Black people in this country because Fidel gave asylum to the Black Panthers at Assata Shakur. So that made him look to the Black people in this country, especially the generation as the one that was going to come and save, because anything that is anti-imperialism was amazing for the Black people in this country, right? So seeing that, but at the same time, they didn't know the other part of history of the story, right? When the Black Panthers, a lot of the Black Panthers got to Cuba, they were made to strip from what made them proud of themselves. The first thing was their afro, right? That was the icon. You know it was Black Panthers because those big afros, it was part of the identity. Well, they were made to be stripped of their identity in Cuba because it was too loud and too proud. And under communism, the only God is that communism, right? So they don't know the fact that a lot of them were put in jail as prisoners of conscience, or what we call political prisoners. They do not know the fact that a lot of the Black Panthers actually tried to get asylum in other countries, because it was too much for them to handle, and it was not what it was promised to them. So that part of history was not told here. And then, Fidel still, was being seen as, and then the first thing about equality, Black people were never equal in Cuba. Never, till this day. We have never been equal. We've always been in the bottom of the crap bucket. And I'm not saying in this country the system is better. That's never what I said, which I want to make clear. But I want people to understand that socialist or communist agendas are not going to do better for us as Black people, because I lived in it. And the only thing I'm asking the Black community in this country, I don't want you to tell me how to feel, what to think, and what I should be thankful for, because a lot of people come to me as, you should be thankful that at least. No, you don't get to tell me what I should be thankful for, because I lived it. A lot of people that speak in behalf of what socialism or communism should do have never lived it. They have never been there. They have never traveled to Cuba, and they have never experienced what people experience in Cuba. So, again, you are speaking from an emotional standpoint, and you're speaking from propaganda standpoint. So all I'm saying is, you don't have to agree with me, but at least listen to the people that had lived the nightmare from within. That's it. That's it. Don't agree with me. You don't have to. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. Just listen to what I have to say and do your research. Educate yourself. That's it.
I tell people that all the time about being Black in America. It's like, people think that it's all just hip hop and Michael Jordan, all this kind of stuff. It's like, yo, you don't even realize that what we got to, the stuff that we got to deal with every single day when we walk outside our doors. You know what I'm saying? And I can only imagine it being amplified in a place, in a communist place. And
the thing is, I say this to say, and I understand the Black struggle in America. It is what it is, and what you guys go through. What we all go through, because I'm part, I get the same treatment of any Black American, right? So I get it, and I understand it, and I can be empathic to it. Now imagine a people, disregard color, everybody in Cuba that are not able to vote. You can at least vote, right? That are not able to speak against government because they've been put in jail for 10 plus years just for speaking. Okay, people that are told what to wear, when to wear, what to listen to, and what to eat and when to eat it. That's communism. We have something, rationalization of food, which is this little notebook that they give you, this tiny notebook they give you, and every month you are assigned, I think it's like 5 pounds of rice and 3 pounds of sugar and this and that. And you have to go to the little thing that we call bodega that looks nothing like the bodegas here in New York. When I saw a bodega for the first time when I came to this country, I was like, "Whoa, this is a bodega! Wait a minute!" You walk in a bodega here, you buy whatever you want to buy, whatever you can afford, you can buy. I go to the what we call bodega in Cuba with the little notebook. They checking off. She took out 2 pounds or two pounds of rice. Okay, you got 3 pounds left. It's crazy. It's crazy. And a lot of what that system is doing is obligating people that look like me, that was one of my videos that went viral, people that look like me to actually sell their bodies and prostitute themselves because they don't see no other hope. Hope went swimming after it crossed the seawall. That's what hope did in Cuba. The youth in Cuba had no hope. So they see every single person that comes with a foreign accent as an opportunity to leave the country. So literally, every tourist that walks into Cuba is looked at as a walking visa.
Yeah.
Okay? And women and men alike will do whatever they need to do to get that visa. You know, that's what communism does.
Mm.
That's what
So,
communism does.
so it sounds like Cuba got set up for the most ultimate okey doke that you could ever imagine. You know what I'm saying?
To be
Because
honest with you, I am a conspiracy theorist, kind of. And I believe Cuba's nothing but an experiment. And because it's a prison island, you cannot go nowhere because it's surrounded by water. You can go ahead and experiment on us with a lot of shit.
Mhm.
You know, I believe they did experiments on
No,
us.
I,
Like,
I
to be
I
honest
agree with
with
you
you.
100%. I agree. I actually when I first got introduced to Cuba was when I read a book by Che Guevara. It was the biggest, the big thick one, and I was just like, I didn't know, I had no clue about the Batistas and all this kind of stuff. And then, real talk, I watched the Godfather movie because they actually put the revolution that happened in the Godfather
That's the
movie.
classic. That's a
Yeah,
classic.
a lot of people don't really pick up on what's going on right there because they don't know the history, the backstory. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
it's like the night of the revolution, they actually showed that in the Godfather, right?
Yeah, the thing what in the yes, and also in the Tony Montana movie is a
Hmm.
big one
Yeah.
because they show one of the events that they also distort completely for the
Hmm.
Americans to get one side of the story but not the other one. That was what we call in Mariel, los Marielitos, which is all the Cubans that got to the United States in the 80s, in 1980. And that was actually a negotiation that the government here did with Cuba, saying, okay, give me all the people that don't think like you, give me all the people that's
Hmm.
against communism, bring them here, we're going to
Hmm.
integrate them to society, and we're going to do great things with them because obviously they are creating pressure, so let's release the pressure by bringing them here. Fidel say, yes, no problem, I'll send all the people from the opposition to you. You know what that man did? That man opened the mental health facilities and the jails and filled up the boats with those type of people, and not the oppositors, not the people from the opposition. Some people from the opposition got to leave. A lot of people had to pose as gays because being gay in Cuba was a crime.
Mm.
Being gay in Cuba was a crime. Being gay under strict communism was a crime. So a lot of people posed up as gay and they had to do the walk of shame. And the walk of shame, they had dogs biting them. They had people spitting on them. They had people calling them all kinds of slurs and names. They had people with sticks, bats beating on them. A lot of those
Dang.
people barely made it to the boats to then navigate 90 miles to make it to Miami. Bleeding. That's the part of history people don't understand and don't know. It was a
So
crime to be gay.
and that's interesting. I'm gonna kind of like segue into another thing because if anybody follows you, they would say you were very active. I saw you ripping it in the streets. You know what I'm saying, and protesting what's happening.
Yeah.
Could you kind of talk about, what motivated you for that time? Well, not really motivated, but why did you do that? Why did you decide to go ahead and get on the streets and make it happen?
Yeah. So
'Cause that was powerful.
everything we've been speaking on, the freedom of the Cuban people and all that stuff. But July 11, that's blessed day, right?
Hmm.
July 11, 2021, the Cuban people decided to take the streets and say, we're tired of it. They never said end the embargo. That was not the words that they were speaking. They were saying we're hungry. They were saying down with communism. They were saying, like they did not agree with the government. Um, the people took the streets there, and we decided to take the streets here too because we had to support our brothers and sisters,
Mm.
and we have been extremely vocal. Right now we're still vocal because from July 11 till this day they still have people in jail. They have
Hmm.
minors in jail that are being, judged as grown people just for protesting. And they are violating all sorts of human rights right now in this moment. And for those people that say and talk about the embargo, it's not the embargo putting the people in jail. It's not the embargo stopping people from speaking. It's not the embargo stopping people from having free press, free votes, like voting freely
Hmm.
for whatever political party they want to vote. What political party are you going to vote for when the only thing that
And
we
there's
have
no
is
one.
el Partido Comunista de Cuba? It's a mono party country.
Hmm. Yeah.
How do you vote from a mono a monopoly, political monopoly that controls everything. You have no choices. You know, so that's why we're trying to lift our voices. And I'm just calling on the people that look like me from around the world, because even though they call us minority, we are not the minority. Okay, we are the global majority. And if we all come together and understand the truth and the disguise and the cancer that communism is, and don't allow that shit to get in this country or any other country, it will stop and it will cease. So that's my fight. Because reality is, a lot of the white passing, I'm a call a rabbit with polka dots too, like your like your podcast. A lot of the white passing Cubans been speaking for years since Miami, and people been looking at them like they're crazy. You know why? Because reality is, the black community in this country will not really pay attention to no white passing Cuban. So people like me, black Cubans, we were silenced, and we were so afraid of speaking, because that's what was the indoctrination to black Cubans in Cuba is deeper, because they make us feel like we are nothing, and we will never be anything without the revolution and without Fidel. That we have to be so thankful that in other countries they will treat us so bad, and we are not appreciated, and they will be so bad to us, and they will never, love us, and we will never amount to nothing. So you might as well stay here with Daddy. Right? You might as well stay here with Daddy Fidel, that's going to protect you and take care of you, and be grateful with this little dust that I'm throwing at you. Like, lick my boots just because I'm throwing some dust at you. Be grateful, you little Negro, literally. That's the treatment to black people in Cuba, right? So when you come to this country and you say, okay, yes, the struggle is real, but if I get it all together, I can at least, register a LLC. Like me, I have both. I have 2 LLCs registering my name, right? I can open a business. I can study if I want to go back to school, right? I can do a couple things that in my country I'm not even able to do. So it ain't as bad as they told me it was gonna be, So when you discover that, and you discover your self-worth, and you discover that you have a voice and it's loud and it's firm, then it happens like how it's happening to me. You just don't want to shut up after that, and you want to become very, very vocal about certain things like that, and you want to expose the truth. And then, I find people like you that give me a platform to do so. So I go ahead and I talk.
Well, you already know that's one of the reasons why I asked you on here. So it's interesting. You said a real interesting point, because I was actually, after I read that Che Guevara book, I was actually in London. And then when I was in London, this brother named, he was a Nigerian/British person, and he gave me the Afro-Cuban All-Stars record, and I was listening to it. I almost jumped through the window literally, because the beats, the rhythm, I'm just like, my soul's starting to wake up, listening to that,
Yeah. It hits.
Yeah, it hits hard. So, here's my question. You hear this term Afro-Cuban.
Yeah.
But that's like a misnomer. What should it really be called?
Okay, so I am big. You like my controversial behind. You like when I get hot and buffer. Okay, so I'm big on nationality. I'm big on nationality versus ethnicity. I'm big on those things. I believe that we are all black, yes, melanated people. Okay, the global majority, like I called us. But I do believe that we have to honor our nationality where we are born. Heritage, yes, we all have African heritage, by passed down DNA from our ancestors. But from sitting with, I have Nigerian, Somalian, Tanzanian, and Ghanaian friends, and they call me by my nationality. I'm Cuban to them. I'm not Afro anything. I'm Cuban that happens to be black and happens to be from African descent, but I am not Afro anything. I believe that those that should be called Afro are those that were born in Africa. That's their nationality. Or they are called by the country that they were born. They were born in Nigeria. They are Nigerians. They are born in Mali, they are Malians. They are born in Philippines, they are Filipinos. They are born in Colombia, they are Colombians. They are born in Cuba, they are Cubans. They are born here in America, you are very much American as any white American, because you were born here and this is your country and this is your land. And actually, a lot of your ancestors were never enslaved, and you were here before they told you they discovered this place. Nobody can discover a place where was people already living there, and the Moors were already establishing commerce back and forth without colonizing no land. So don't allow nobody to strip you from your nationality. Your nationality is what it is. That doesn't take nothing away from your heritage. We keep, honoring and uplifting our heritage, but nationality matters. And I'm a Cuban, as Cuban as any white passing Cuban in Miami. I'm a Cuban. I don't want no separation. You know why I don't want no separation, Brozo? Because when that shit falls, when that system falls, and we are not under communism anymore, I'm gonna get the same piece of the pie as any white Cuban.
Anybody else? Yep.
You know why? Because they are not gonna use no terms to separate me. Oh no, you are Afro. No, I deserve the same piece of the pie as you, because I fought as hard as you. So no, you're not gonna divide me. To me, that creates division and distinction. I don't want to. No, don't divide me. Don't divide me. I want the same freedom and the same prosperity and the same thing as everybody else.
What you just said was so key, and I'm gonna have numerous, because you already know how I am. I'm gonna have numerous guests.
I know this is gonna be controversial.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have numerous guests that are going to talk about exactly what you talked about. The fact that only 13% of all Black people in America were slaves. All the rest were already here. And she said on Earth also, in addition, she talked about the Moors, some of the oldest structures in America, a mosque temple from the Moors.
Yes, sir.
We were already here.
Yes, sir.
We were already here. The slave trade had for a specific time frame, but dealing with the math, it would not have that amount of people coming here to populate this place.
I believe strongly that one of the biggest keys to break the generational curse that we are and the spell that we are under as the vast majority, because that's what I'm going to keep calling ourselves. We are the global majority. We're not minorities, right? I believe one of the key points that we need to embrace is that there was history before slavery.
Exactly.
There was history before slavery, and we need to embrace that. We need to go to that history, to that rich history that happened before they tried to make us into victims. We need to snap out of victimhood. We need to snap out of victimhood and empower ourselves, because just like the generational curses, right, was passed down to us, so the generational prosperity and the generational strength and the generational blessings. So we need to start calling on to that. We are stuck as Black people, and I understand astrology has a lot to do with it, because melanin is ruled by Cancer, and Cancer is very emotional. Okay. So we are stuck as Black people with the suffering. We are glorifying the struggle. What happened to the rest? There were history before slavery. There was rich history before slavery. The richest man till this day was my color and your color, Mansa Musa. Why aren't I calling on to those blessings that was granted to me as well? All of that was granted to me. So why am I just stuck on the fact that they took war prisoners, aka slaves, and I'm gonna just be stuck with that, and I'm gonna keep suffering for that, and I'm gonna keep crying for that? I think we did enough crying. It's the age of Aquarius. We need to snap out of it.
Yeah, it's done.
We need to snap out of it.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. All that old stuff. Oh, we need to march. Oh no! What you need to do is internalize, realize that we are the ones that originate all this stuff and move forward. You know what I'm saying? Those days are done.
We pay our dues. I think we paid our dues. We cried enough. Now it's time to build. We need to stop talking and start building spiritually, financially, and also physically.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. No, I'm with you 100% because those, what I'm saying, we are now, I say this all the time, we are now literally the embodiment of every ancestor from the greatest you can possibly imagine to the lowest. We are the embodiment of this right now. You know, like the sister said, that the age of Aquarius, this is the time, this is the reawakening for everybody in the globe. You know what I'm saying? This is our time to shine.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna go because you talk about astrology, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm gonna kind of segue into another thing.
Oh, you going to the spiritual side.
Yeah, you already know. You know how the way I roll. You know the way your brozo roll. You already know. You
Yeah.
already know where I'm going. You already know where I'm going. So you already know.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
yeah. So okay. So all these people they hear about tarot cards,
Okay.
and if you're religious and you've been programmed, like you said, oh, you gotta stay away from the tarot cards. That's the devil. That's the
Uh,
witch on a broomstick. Oh, you'll go to hell if you do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
oh, hallelujah.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Hamana, pass the pork chop and dig do wrong. They have you swear that anything that is indigenous is against you, which is exactly the opposite because
Anything that's
everything that
indigenous,
spiritual system
exactly.
originated from us and it came from a African spiritual system. So
Yeah.
so let's talk about tarot card reading. Could you kind of
Okay.
break that down and how that goes? Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, tarot was okay. Let's be honest. Tarot was popularized by French people, but the French were taught by the Saracens, right? And the Saracens were nothing but nomads Moors. That were like what we call Romanis or gypsies, right?
Gypsies.
So the gypsies, the Romanis, the Saracens, especially, we were the more Arab, Moorish, darker hue ones.
Mm-hmm.
They had this system, but it is said that before that, all of that trickled down from Egypt with something called
Mm-hmm.
tarot,
Got it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was this, I forgot, I think it was Philip somebody, one of these French monarchs,
Mm-hmm.
right? That had schizophrenia, bipolarism, all types of stuff. And he needed to be soothed all the time. So the fiance was running out of ideas of how to soothe him. So that Saracen's woman, she heard about her. She went, she saw what she did, and then she offered her, of course, money, finances to teach her what she knew so that she can use these cards, these mystical cards to help her, love her or whatever. So that it became, once that happened, it started to become super popular in like high class circles in France, where only high class people had access to that. It is said that Napoleon, before he went to the Waterloo War, he got a tarot reading. So, it's a lot of like historical, sayings or places where tarot had been present. Tarot is a beautiful thing. Tarot is based on, numerology. It has a lot to do with astrology as well. They when they did the drawing in the cards, the waitress, the one that's classic, the one that most people use, which is the classic tarot deck, they had to do it with those colonial, that French paintings to make it, like approachable. Because then after a while, when it started becoming way too popular, of course, the Catholic Church stepped in and it started with the whole, this is the devil work, this is bad, this is terrible, we are not going to do this, and all of that stuff. But it had already gained way too much popularity to be drowned. So it kind of moved. So for people like me that are under a spiritual system, initiation and stuff like that, we do believe that whenever we read the tarot, we are activating one of the spirits is in our spiritual court. So we give, homage, praises, and honor to that spirit. In this case, in my case, is a gypsy that is in my spiritual court. And whenever I read the tarot, I call onto her energy so that she's the one reading, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't know nobody. I don't know none of my clients, but everybody for some reason say that my readings are accurate. I don't know me. I don't know you. But so I give thanks to I give all the honor, the homage, and all the praises to that spirit. That's the one that does the reading through me
Channeling.
and deliver the message. Yeah. So I love tarot. I love tarot. It's an amazing tool, even though, to be honest with you, a lot of us don't even need it to read. But it's an amazing tool. It's a great tool. Is I always tell my clients this: tarot or readings, there is nothing set in stone. Nothing. Absolutely anything. We still are under natural laws and the laws of the universe.
Yeah.
So we're still under the law of cause and effect, even though we get a reading or we get our tarot read. So if the tarot gives you a suggestion of what could happen if, this is one of the scenarios that could happen if you follow instructions, if you see this and you follow this, that advice that the cards gave you, amazing, this can happen. But you still, at the end of the day, you have free will. You go and you do whatever, and then you have to clean up your mess. It's that simple.
Okay, so this is where I really get interested. I know we touched this kind of on the last time we spoke in Atlanta, but Palo Mayombe, okay?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with
Again,
tarot.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. We moving
Yeah.
forward, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
yes.
again, you know what I'm saying? They talking, oh, you do African stuff, you do voodoo, you do all this stuff. Oh, that's the devil. You'll go to hell and all this kind of craziness. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of crazy talk, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what they tell us. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
should tell you something. That's what they tell us, right?
yeah.
So
And we fed into it.
we fell into it. Yeah,
We fed into it.
because of programming and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
I want to let you set the record straight back exactly what Palo Mayombe is, what exactly, how it derived from, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah. Palo is nature. Palo is nature, is natural, is
Mm,
organic, is from the earth. Palo is nothing but a connection to the elements of nature and using those elements of nature to alter vibration, to align you with the vibration of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, be it protection, be it a road, open some type of roads, be in, whatever it is. So Palo is a Cuban born child. I would say it. Okay. And everybody go do your research. Don't believe what I say. I'm here just to make you think, and you go and then hop in my DM and tell me you were wrong. Okay, cool. I'm okay. That told me you went out there and you read
did your
something.
research.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So Palo is Cuban born child from, yes, African parents, but Cuban born. It was born in Cuba. If you go to Congo right now and you mention Palo Mayombe, they will direct you to a bush. There is like a bush area, like a rural area that's called Mayombe, right? But it's not a practice in Congo. It is not a practice in Congo. It's something that was born in Cuba. And it was born from the need of, again, community and all these people from different tribes coming together and creating a system for protection, especially a system that will include all of them. So they took a little bit of everything they knew and they made that Cuban-born practice that's called what we call Palo Mayombe or La Regla Congo. And, it's been it's been, again, demonized by everybody and their mama, including people in their own religion. They call it the dark side of Santeria. Santeria and Palo has nothing to do one thing with the other. People need to people need to stop calling it the dark side of Santeria. One system is one system, another system is another. And every system, you have spectrums, you have vibration, you have yin and yang, you have good and bad, you have everything. As there is humans involved in any spiritual system, there will be messed up stuff because it's us human. We make mistakes and ego takes over and we think we're better than everybody else and we want to, or we get infected by greed and all types of stuff. So, as long as there is humans involved, there will be situations, but that doesn't mean that a practice is darker or than the other, So,
yeah. It's real interesting because, if you go around the spiritual systems and the Ifa, hoodoo, voodoo, et cetera, they say that Palo Mayombe is I keep on consistently hearing that it's more powerful. Why would they? Why do I keep hearing that?
It is more raw, I will
Hmm.
say. It is not flowers and butterflies. It is
Hmm.
raw. Um, there is presence of very hot um spirits, in that system.
Mm.
But I will say the same about Haitian voodoo,
Yeah.
you know, because it's a lot of, you know, spirits, like hot spirits that are involved in that system as well. So I just feel it's more raw and is a little bit more concealed. Not so much now, but it was very secretive and concealed. So that's why the whole myth of ooh and the spooky stuff, because it was like more secretive. Like Osha, what we call Santeria, right, was a little bit more mainstream than Palo. So that's why, and Palo has certain secrets and certain elements that's why people call it what it is. Because I would
Mm.
say some people are just a little bit more scared of it
Yeah.
than
Scared of.
other
I
stuff.
I was advised, like specifically when the Haitian Revolution happened, that the Haitians tapped into some, like you said, some of the raw, powerful gods, and once they tapped into them, the Haitians pretty much became unstoppable because they had that supernatural force behind them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm assuming that would be the same thing, kind of like um, dealing with Paulo as far as that raw type energy and that untapped energy coming.
Yeah,
Not being
that's
as
that's one of my callings right now. I'm trying to unite paleros from all over the world so that we can do the work that we need to do for the liberation of Cuba. But like I say, as long as there is humans involved in certain systems, there will be ego,
yeah,
and
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
wants a woman telling them what to do. No.
Yo, yo, that gotta stop because in time in coming the age of Aquarius, that's when we have to embrace the sacred feminine, the matriarchal, the woman, because the woman ran this stuff from the jump. I hope all you men, I hope you, I hope I might be hurting your feelings right now, but best believe y'all, men, I'm gonna say it, men, we are the whack version of females. We got an X and a Y chromosome. We got nipples that don't work. You know what I'm saying? Women don't even need us to. Science will tell you, women don't even need us to procreate and make children. We are a defective version of females. You know what I'm saying? That's science will tell you that. That ain't your brozo telling you that. That's actual fact. And you go back to the ancient days. Pre-dynastic Kemet or whatever they say. Women ran all this stuff. And that is a reality. There's a good
Yeah.
book I tell any sister they should read or any individual. Mama Zogbe. I think it's the what is the Sybil. You know, read that book, and once you read that book, you'll start to see the true power in the way we were, and that the black woman was revered in this world. You know what I'm saying? But let me digress. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me talk about
Yes.
y'all sisters, man. I'm
No,
gonna go.
I like seeing men uplifting us. Go ahead, don't
It's
stop.
I got hey, you know what I'm saying. I gotta deal with actual facts. You know what I'm saying. So here's
Yeah,
another
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Here's another thing. Because you talk about like systems today, and spiritual systems, and you know sisters like you know what I'm saying, that not only got the spiritual side of it, you know what I'm saying, sisters like you got the economic side of it. How important is it from spiritual teachers to be literally paid for the services?
Yeah. So we need to detach from the idea that money is nothing but energy. Um, and right now, if you really look at it in certain way, it's nothing but paper and ink just being printed, literally, backed up by our mentality, and we are the ones that are giving it value because it's not backed up by gold and silver anymore, right? So it's nothing
It's
but
not
paper and ink,
1933,
literally.
right?
So we need to just be, first of all, any and every spiritual worker is using out of their time, their energy, resources, and spiritual work is very taxing on the body, especially if You are like me, that I'm a muertera, what we call muertera, which is the person that willingly passes this allow the spirit to pass through your body.
Channel.
So it comes that moment where you're no longer in your body, the spirit is the one speaking through you, right? That's very taxing in the body. Sometimes, depending on the nature of the spirit, the next day I feel like a truck hit me, literally.
I've seen it.
So I have to not just pay myself, but I also, spirit needs to be paid too in offerings, whatever it is that they ask for. Rum, cigars, champagne, flowers, candles, whatever it is that they ask for. First of all, we need to understand that. Second of all, we need to understand that because if you go to Walmart or to, I don't know, you go to the Louis Vuitton store, let me to give you a European brand. So Gucci, right? You go to the Gucci store. You're not going to go to the Gucci store and grab a belt and walk out of the store without paying, right? Because according to you, that belt is going to add value into your life, right? Because you think that brand is going to make you look more fancy or whatever you think it's going to do for you. And you're going to pay the price, right? You're going to go and pay the price. And then you're going to get out with your Louis Vuitton bag acting like you are, you know, high and mighty because you just bought yourself a Louis Vuitton bag, right? Same thing. Us spiritual workers, we are adding a lot of value into your life. First of all, we are helping you break all them generational curses that your great-great-grandma, your grandma, your great-great-grandma, all the grandmas left for you to take care of, right? So you don't get to come to us and ask for our services, advice, and stuff like that, and then don't compensate us for no, that's not right. That is just that. First of all, that's not right. Second of all, I like to target mostly Black spiritual workers because for some reason I see the whites don't have a problem charging. And people don't have a problem paying them. Okay? But I like to target Black spiritual workers when it comes to finances. We need to get out of the mentality of not feeling worth it. I see a lot of spiritual workers struggling with finances a lot of the times. They struggle financially. When there is no need for us to be struggling financially, we're doing God's work too. And if pastors are living tax-free and flying in private jets, why aren't we? Why is it okay for us spiritual workers to glorify struggle? Because it's not godly what we do according to society or the big, you know, associations like the Christian churches. Well, whatever we are doing is not godly, so you get to stay down here in low. No, we are doing God's work too. They might not understand it like that, but we know we are. So we are the ones that need to understand that. And we are the ones that need to charge accordingly. And we are the ones that needs to, without robbing, with integrity. With integrity, we need to make sure that we are compensated, you know, and we actually add the value that we deserve to be, you know, paid. So
yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. When I went to Haiti and I saw, you know, I went through what I did went through, and you know what I'm saying, and shoot, I still I'm still dealing with, you know, the financial aspect, but like when I went to Haiti and I saw what all goes through on an initiation, I was just like, and you just look around, you see all these people, you see drummers here, you see people cooking food, you see, you know, people fetching water, you know what I'm saying, all these different things. It's like that stuff's not free.
it's
You
a
know what I'm
lot of
saying?
work.
It's not free. Yeah, it's a man.
It's a lot of
I
work.
didn't even and look and because you already know, I'm certain you already know when I was there, I didn't even see half the stuff that was going on. I just saw the pretty stuff. You know, once
Yeah,
I,
you
you know,
cannot.
came.
There's some stuff you cannot see.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I saw the before and after. That's all I saw. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
yeah.
like, I could only imagine, you know, from the people leaving that I all saw there, I can only imagine what's going on beforehand. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah. It's a lot of work. It's a
it
lot of
takes a
work.
lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Y'all people, you know what I'm saying? All these people, all these they, it's just like just be courteous. If people that put their time and energy in things, you know, they deserve to get paid. It's no
yeah,
difference than, you know, you going to a psychologist or whatever the case may be. You know, they you know, and because what this sister and these other brothers and sisters are doing this and this, they're doing something that is going to be way more beneficial if you embrace it. You know what I'm saying? And you're open. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I appreciate that. It's very powerful, and that's a very powerful message that needs to resonate out there. So I want to talk about you now specifically, because when last time we linked up, you were doing, oh man, that what was it, the witches and wine or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
the Witches and Wine event. Yes.
Man, that was so devastating. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. At least we linked up before, but you
Yeah,
know what
we
I'm
link.
saying. Just
Yes, yes. No,
just
I
just
appreciate you and thank you for allowing me to use your space. Like that was big. Thank you. Like
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Sadiq, yeah. She just so y'all know, she the sister. I think Supreme kind of linked it up, didn't he,
Supreme.
originally?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Supreme. Yeah.
Supreme understanding was at the spot, and then she wanted to do an event. I think it came to me at Sadiq's Bistro, and
Hmm.
then you did the event. We all made it happen. You know how we do it.
Yes, yes,
So we made it
yes.
happen. And from what you told me, what I heard, it was a beautiful event. You know, and what else you got going on? Because that what you had going on, Witches and Wine, was devastating. Please tell me you still doing that. That's still going on.
I am. I am. I'm taking a little break right now because I'm working in a couple projects, right? But I want to get back. And then COVID, you have to move a little careful with COVID
Hmm.
and public events and stuff like that. But I'm yes, I'm still that event is still a thing. So Witches and Wine is an event where I just wanted to bring like-minded people under the same roof because I realized, and that actually came from me being nosy, literally. Because no, real, I'm not being serious. I was
I
being
believe
nosy as
you.
hell because I'm like, oh, I want to see the face of the people behind the phone, like my followers, because I understand. I don't agree with the whole social media is fake because the reality is there is a real person behind every like, every
Hmm.
heart, every comment. It's a
Hmm.
real person holding a phone with real
Hmm.
feelings. Okay, so no, this is not fake. It's real people running this show. So I was like, I want to see the people, my followers. I want to see their faces. I want to see, what they look like. I want to see them in person. So I was like, I have to come up with something. So I went ahead and I came up with the Witches and Wine because I realized that there was a couple of my followers that were actually neighbors or, very close by, and they thought that they were by themselves. They were like, "Oh my God, I'm so alone. I have nobody to talk to about this candle that burned a little black." And I was like, "Girl, you have somebody that lives 2 blocks from you." But so it was like, I was like, "Okay, I need to do something that to bring them together so that they can all go ahead and mingle, mangle, and create, this network." So that's exactly what happened. I did the first event here, actually in Providence, where I live, with my coworkers because back then I was still working. So, I did the first event here, and then I did the second event in New York, and it was amazing. Then I took it to Miami. So I go, different places. I've done events in Washington. I've done events in Atlanta. So it had been very good. I really like that. So I'm still gonna keep it going because I love it. And I love the connections that happen when we do events like that. And also it's an amazing place to like just be yourself and drink some wine and talk and have nice food and get your tarot cards read. So it's just fun. It's a fun night. But then I have new arrivals all over my. As you know, I'm not just doing spiritual stuff. I also do e-commerce. So I have a boutique. The boutique has new arrivals. They launching tomorrow. Well, tonight at 12 midnight. The new arrivals are there available. A lot of new merchandise, a lot of new products. I'm extremely excited about that. Um, so I can't wait for people to go get themselves some drip drip.
I know that's right.
So
Get that drip.
get that drip drip. So
Hmm.
that is over on that. I'm finishing the last week of my mentorship. I offer mentorship for people that are starting in their spiritual journey to get a good foundation, and then from there they can branch out to whatever spiritual system they want to practice, but like a solid foundation, so they don't get initiated or get into something without having
Hmm.
a common like a knowledge of what to do and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So
Hmm.
I'm taking a break, maybe a couple weeks break, and then I'm gonna start another session of the mentorship, so people for that. I have a couple classes coming up. I have ancestral elevation and honoring that I believe everybody should take that class because ancestors are our first line of defense and the
Mm-hmm.
foundation for everything.
Yeah.
Out there, us be calling on no loas and orishas and empungos and our ancestors thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
Thirsty, not a glass of water for them, right? And we were here calling on everybody and their mama. And the very same people that we need to thank for being here because it's thanks to them we here, we don't take care of, we don't elevate, and
Take
we don't
care.
do nothing.
Yep.
So I'm bringing my ancestral elevation and honoring class back. I am bringing connection with spirit guides class back. I already did those classes, but I'm bringing it back. And I am also targeting spiritual workers, especially Black melanated ATR spiritual workers. And we are going to do, I'm putting together a class to unlock your money chakra because why we always struggling? Why are we always struggling financially? I don't get it. It makes no sense. So there is some blockages and some things that need to be cleared up. And that has nothing to do with your spiritual gift. You can be gifted as hell and still not be a business person. You know, you can be spiritually gifted all you want and still your finances be messed up.
It's interesting you say that because, like, real talk, some of the main people that the most sincere teachers, master teachers, male and females that I've dealt with, they all got money. It ain't talking about ripping people off. It ain't that. You know what I'm saying? It's doing their works. Them jokers got money. You know what I'm saying? So it's all apart because this right here, this bling bling. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me put you on this one so you can see. You can
The
see the
bling
other one.
bling,
This
show the
bling
bling, show
bling.
the bling.
You know what I'm saying? This bling bling. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, we were, like you said earlier, Mansa Musa, the richest man ever on this planet Earth, recorded. You know what I'm saying? They
Yep,
said he
till
was like
this
worth
day.
trillions, some
Till this
ridiculous. You talking
day.
about Warren Buffett, Bezos, man?
Who's
Shoot,
that?
that
Who's
joke.
that?
He had everything on lockdown. Well, let me say, I got him on my prosperity altar. You know what I'm saying? My man, Mansa Musa. You see?
Yes. Oh, I like that
They,
word. I like what you just said.
you know what I'm saying?
Let's stop right there. You said
Hmm.
prosperity altar.
That's it.
Okay. Now we're talking. Because when we walk into a nail salon, the first thing you see is an altar.
Yep.
You walk into an Asian store, they have
That's
altars. You walk into a Hindu restaurant, they have the Ganesha, which is the one that opened the roads for them, right? The one with the elephant head. You walk into any of those places, and there is reference to ancestral veneration and prosperity. Why are we behind? Why are we still in our altars? Why are we
Because you won't go
still
to hell.
like, come on, man? We need to tap into it. We need to
Yeah,
tap
y'all gotta
into
wake
it.
up. Y'all gotta wake up. You know what I'm
We
saying?
need to tap into it.
Everything.
And I'm here to wake you up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we
so,
we gonna we
so
gonna we
sign
gonna
up
do
for
our
my
best to.
classes because they coming.
Well, they can I got you. I got Gracia Ordonez. I
Grecia,
always say
yeah.
I love Ordonez because that was one I remember. What's his name? He's I like baseball, so there's a Ray Ordonez.
Yes.
He used to play for the Mets and
Yeah, Ray
everything.
Ordoñez. Oh,
That's your
amazing
cousin? Is
name.
that your
Oh,
cousin?
yes. I hope, man. He need to cut me a couple checks here.
I remember him. I think he was a shortstop. He was off the chain, but
He was a beast.
yeah, he was a beast. But the website, how do you pronounce that properly? I ain't gonna butcher it.
Madre Agua Market. MadreAguaMarket33.com. That is my spiritual, that's where my spiritual services are offered. Where I have my spiritual products like your good juju spray, because I understand some of you is still in the witchy closet. I understand some of you still live with your grandma that goes to church and your auntie, and they gonna judge you. So you cannot be burning no sage. So get you the good juju spray and just spray it.
Yeah.
Boom, smudged. You
I,
know?
I, I, I gotta say this, like a lot of people, and I had to learn this myself. A lot of people,
Mhm.
they wanna revenerate, they wanna talk about, an ancient in Kemet. Oh, all this stuff happened. These people did this, and all this stuff, and or even Bible stuff. You know what I'm saying? Altars are talked about in the Bible. Rituals are
Oh
talked
yes.
about in the Bible. In
Oh
Egyptian Book of
yes.
the Dead, there's a specific, they Zoser, you know what I'm saying, my namesake, he had, in one time there was a drought in Kemet, he had to go to the spirits, went to the Nile River and made offerings to get them out of trouble. So these people that renovated, they did all the stuff that we're talking about today. That's an actual fact, recorded.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so we got to get
Yes.
back to
I
that
don't
because that's where
understand.
our
I
power
mean,
is at.
we need to understand too. A lot of our great grandmas, for those of you amazing, beautiful Black people of gone, especially for those of you that were born in the Caribbean, we was more Christianized.
Hmm.
Cuba was a little more Catholic, but more Protestant, like Baptist and Pentecostal and stuff like that was heavier here and the Caribbean. A lot of them just hid in the church.
Hmm.
And then it kind of got watered down, but they
Hmm.
hid there because they were root workers.
Yep,
Okay, those are the real hoodoo women
that's it.
that sit in the church every Sunday with the big Pamelas and the big hats, and then you go and meet them at the shack, and they put a root on somebody or take a root off somebody. A lot of the things Black people do till this day is a ritual. We keep our loved ones' pictures somewhere in the house, especially on top of the chimney, the fireplace. You always see, these grandpa, these, the picture of the people. So what's the difference from you taking the pictures that you already have there and lighting a candle and putting a glass of water? That's it. That's your ancestral altar.
Yep, that's in the DNA. That's our remembering. That's
That
that's
was
that's how we
there the
remember.
whole time. It was there. It was there the whole time. So the concept shouldn't be that foreign. It shouldn't be that foreign, and it shouldn't be that
Mm-mm,
criticized when you're already
mm-mm.
doing it. You've
It's
been
time for
doing
you,
it.
for us to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's inevitable. The age of Aquarius, everything, us waking up, the solar flares. It is inevitable for us to start remembering again. And once we were, and that's the biggest fear of the architects is us remembering who we are and what we did. Because guess
But
what?
cellular
The,
memory, cellular DNA is a real thing. It's there.
mhm.
It's there.
7 billion people on this planet, and here's what I'm saying: the Bible itself. People, don't sleep on the Bible now. If you read it the right way, if you read it the right way, you know what I'm saying. You go to Proverbs, you go to Psalms, you go to different things. Yo, you do it the right way. The Bible is one of the most powerful things that you can utilize here.
Yes. Psalm 91 for protection. You go ahead and you read that Psalm 91 in the morning over your children before they
Hmm.
go to school. You
Hmm.
know, the Bible itself tells you, cleanse me with hyssop and I shall be whiter than snow. So how
Hmm.
come there is no Black people now boiling some hyssop and taking a spiritual bath just with hyssop? You don't need to add anything
Hmm.
else.
Hmm.
Add the same stuff that's in your Bible. In Leviticus, the Bible tells you that if you put, I think it's lemongrass, which they call it something else, but when I did the research, it was lemongrass, hyssop, and there was something else, a third herb. If you put it all together, that it was a cleanse. It was a
Hmm.
cleanse that they used
Spiritual
to do
cleanse.
on
Yeah.
themselves.
Hmm.
And they used to take with the hyssop and kind of like purge themselves from their sins. So we cleanse ours. Like the Bible is an amazing tool, right?
Oh yeah.
The book of Psalms is spells, it's mantras.
Exactly. That's what it is. It
You
is
know,
spells. Yeah.
it's mantras, and what I tell people all the time is, just because we woke now and we don't believe in the Bible or we think the Bible was man-made,
Mm-mm.
we need to put that aside and we need to tap into vibration, right? When we
Exactly.
talk about
Exactly.
vibration and energy, the Bible is a book that's been read so many times for years with so much faith. It has that power already embedded
Hmm.
in it
Hmm.
because of so many people believed in it. So you tapping into that power that you don't have to do much because so many people already believed in it. You actually don't really have to believe. You just have to read it because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like the Our Father. The Our Father is such a powerful prayer till this day because so many people repeated it so many times. It's a
Hmm.
mantra,
Exactly.
just like
It's a mantra.
Psalms.
Yeah.
It's something that you repeat over and over again, believing in it, and your ancestors already did it for you. Auntie
Hmm.
Pam and Grandma Carol, they read that
Hmm.
Bible and they really lived by it. They really
Hmm.
believed in
Exactly.
it. So all that energy is embedded into those words.
Hmm.
It's all
Yeah,
about
because you
vibration.
you you Don't go to your mom, your grandma, and say, "Oh, the Bible's not real" and stuff. No, they working that magic from their own perspective that was given to them at that time frame. Don't try to tell
Yeah.
them that Jesus won't real and all that kind of stuff. No, 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 no.
Oh
Don't
no,
try to
Jesus
talk
is
about that stuff.
invited to the party too. Jesus
Yeah,
said,
you know
"Come
what I'm
and sit
saying?
right next to my
Yo,
empungo."
I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna dap Jesus. I was like, yo, I'll be like, yo, Jesus, when you were gone, when you were 12 up to 32, what were you doing? And you know what I'm saying? Because you came back ill, yo, you were the man, you know what I'm saying? Yo, show me how to turn water into wine, goddamn, man. Shoot, man. Look, I buy about 20 pools. I'll be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sending wine everywhere. But
Yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you stop becoming religious and you start to get in the spirit and understand where this is all connected with. Because
yeah,
it's way deeper than what the programming tried to no, I should say it's more simpler than what the programmers tried to make it look. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's way simpler. All you got to do is go inside, because
yeah,
every person from the greatest king that you can imagine that looked like you down to the most busted down slave, it's inside your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And you can access that, and that's what you are today. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. We are,
You know,
like I say, we are a walking, talking DNA bank,
that's it.
and
You know.
and we need to tap into that, and
Hmm.
heal whatever needs to be healed,
Hmm.
and restore whatever needs to be restored, but also call into the stuff that we need to call on to because it's our
Hmm.
birthright, like
Hmm.
prosperity and abundance.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, yeah,
It's funny
and
that
you
we're
know,
talking all of this stuff before on the full moon eve. It's a beautiful full moon tomorrow, so we're talking all
so
this
tell the
stuff.
people what should tell the people what should they do tomorrow with that full moon? What should they do?
So tomorrow is a full moon in Leo. Leo is like the like childish of the zodiac, but I believe that breaking free from inner child issues, I believe can be a big thing. So you know, meditations or work around the inner child wounds, letting go of that. That's it.
Mm,
Your inner child cannot control your life. Your inner child
yeah,
half of the time is
yeah,
throwing tantrums and self-sabotaging you. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's time
yeah.
to let that stuff go so that we can go ahead and roar like the lions that we are,
That's
because
it.
we
Leo.
all have Leos in our
Grrr.
chart. We all have Leo in our chart. Leo is
Mhm,
all about Leo loves attention and control. So it's all about taking
mhm,
control of your life, taking control of the narrative, and understanding that you are not a bystander in your story. You are the main character, like Luz
mhm,
Astral was saying today. You are the main
mhm,
character in your story. So
mhm.
you decide how it's gonna go and why it's gonna go that way, and then you're gonna put in the work that it takes, and use that fire of Leo for creation and not destruction. Um, so yeah, go ahead.
No, no, I was just gonna say that one thing I'm kind of gonna end on is that we have to realize how great we were and are, how great we were as a people, and really realize that that this what this this irreality, this false history, um is the exact opposite of the reality that we live and our ancestors live. I still I always say this, and people, you go back to watching all my podcasts, I still today, the more and more I did research, because we talked about, I travel all over the place. I've seen some things in which I'm I'm still amazed at today, the antiquity and the utter greatness of the metal. Not trying to, you know, dog nobody else out, whatever the case, but the greatness of who we were and where we came from. That's very important, and it predates your Bible, it predates your Quran, it predates your it predates all these things. We were here way before any of that, before any other
Yeah,
races on this planet. And that's a reality. And this ain't no racism. Like, you already know, what I'm saying. My one of the key reasons for me not being racist is because I read a quote by Dr. York. He said, "No one wins the race in racism." I don't trip on that racism stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all,
yeah,
you got to be like almost like a low vibrational mongrel to even be in the mind state like that now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, now is a point that the people at this podcast for the people that get it. I don't care if you got no less melanin than me. If you get it, you get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If if you like to, if your sexual orientation is being with somebody else, it don't bother me. If you get it, you get it. You know what I'm saying? And so on
If
and
you
so on.
sleep
Your
with
religion,
aliens and you
huh?
like to have alien sex, that's on you.
Yeah. That's it. If you
To
want to,
each their own.
if you go to an alien brothel, you know what I'm saying, in a cave somewhere in South America and get your groove on, so be it. I want you on the next look. I want you on the next show too. I want to hear about that experience.
We gotta hear about the experience.
Yeah, I
Like
want to hear about that. Alien hoe. Alien hoe. Ain't that something? Or alien prostitute. Alien hoe. Ain't that something? But
what you pay her with? Bitcoins.
No, I know what you pay with. No,
I pay with Dogecoin.
Man, she got, she got, he or she got a daggone mansion somewhere. You got to pay with Bitcoin. God dang. Cash, Bitcoin, credit. No alien currency work here. Bitcoin's
oh my
currency.
God, yes.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That so they say you can go to your website to contact you with spiritual reads, etc., all that.
Yes, I'm about to set up again the readings because I had the whole month of December and January and a part of February. I was doing prediction readings for the year 2022, but I'm done with predictions. Yeah, I'm done with prediction readings. So now I'm just going to put the regular readings. They will be back up in a couple days. I'm back. I'm back on the groove. And then you can get, my spiritual products and you can sign up for my classes there. But I make the classes available like when I'm about to do them. So none of the classes that I mentioned are there yet, but in a couple days you will be able to sign up for whatever class you want to sign up, and everything is gonna be done in Madreagua Market. But I have an announcement.
Let's hear it.
I'm revamping everything. Soon it's not going to be Madreagua Market anymore because we move. In Osha, my signo is Osarete, right? And Osa, it's a lot of change. It has to change. If it stays stuck, I don't feel good, So I think I already have created a very solid foundation to the point that if I change my name, it's not going to affect my business at all. So I think I'm about to change some things. Same concept, same good juju, same amazing energy, just different name and a little extra touch,
You are looking at the evolution of where we need to go. A sister that is rooted in, tradition and also up to speed with modern day economics. You a switch hitter. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Ray Ordoñez was a switch hitter. I think he was a right-handed. I'm trying to think of a good. I
just feel like, look, I feel like as long as you're not disrespecting the tradition and you're following, protocol when it comes to the tradition, we need to come up with technology. We have to part with technology. We cannot stay behind. We cannot stay stuck. Spirit evolves. So why are we stuck? Still in what? Like, I can just imagine Spirit laughing at us, trying to put everything in our simple-minded 3D box, and Spirit just looking at us like, why are you trying to name this? This is not for you to name. So I have to evolve technology. We have to get more techie. I was giving my padrino, and let me say salam alaikum to that. My padrino, I visited him when I was in Miami. I just came from Miami yesterday, right? So I visited him and I'm like, padrino, you need Cash App. Yes, mija. What is that, mija? Let me explain to you. You have Cash App now. Now people don't need to come all the time with cash and give you. If somebody call you from Pennsylvania and they need a work done, they don't need to Western Union, nothing. They just send it to your Cash App. You got your money. You do the work that you have to do for them. ¿Verdad, mija? That's how it works. Yeah, That's exactly how. So I put my padrino up to par with Cash App now. So I feel accomplished because I'm getting him there. I'm
That's
getting
it.
him there.
That's what we do. That's what we've got to do for the elders. Yo,
Yes,
so
that and it
I want
works.
to ask.
Listen, spirit don't know. Spirit don't know these limitations of technology. Spirit is
Yeah,
vast
yeah,
and
yeah.
big and beautiful, and we need to embrace this that vastness. You know.
You as y'all know on the Polka Dot Robert podcast, I have a lot of recurring guests just because in 1 hour, 2 hour, we can't get to the meat and potatoes. We can't get to the bone. We got to keep on digging. You know what I'm saying? So if you would honor me, in the future, what I'm saying, with another guest appearance here, and we can get deeper and deeper down the polka dot rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, all y'all, I'm gonna do my outro. Please, yourbrozo.com. Pick up the book. You know what I'm saying? The new book is coming out very soon. I'm thinking in the spring. That's what it's looking like. All y'all, this is a good example of what's happening these days with the spirituality of melanated beings. She is a good example of what's happening. Rooted in tradition, down with technology, sincere, and I say that from a personal point. Sincere ain't gonna give me $20,000 and I'll send you some toenails and you're saved. No, 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 no. That ain't going down like that. No, that ain't going down like that. This person, this being is a sincere being, an individual. You know what I'm saying? Um, Follow the sister if you don't know her already. She is the truth. I love you, sis. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
Love you
And
too.
and is there anything else you want to say?
Nothing. I just want to thank you. I want to thank you because you're amazing. Thank you for having a platform, a judgment-free platform when we can come and be ourselves, when we don't need to water down anything because, like you said, it's for people that get it.
Mhm.
And thank you for what you do, the research you do. You put so much work into your books and everything. It's amazing. It's great. So for my followers that might be watching, make sure you follow him. Make sure you support, and I'm just grateful, gratitude. And I pray that your family, and even let me pray over your descendants, the one that are not even born yet, be blessed and uplifted. I pray that you leave a legacy bigger than just, spiritual, but actually physical legacy
That's
for
it.
them, and that your generations enjoy freedom, mental, financial, spiritual freedom, and that you be
Ashe.
blessed and everything
Ashe.
you touch turns into gold.
Ashe. Ay Bobo. Ashe.
Yes, yes.
Double hats. All the
All of the,
everything.
I know.
All of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. We're gonna close that on that. Like I said, calling it. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful talking to you, and as as you and I talked on the phone before, we're gonna be doing some. It's a go
Yeah.
on that. It's a green light on that. So
Yeah.
just so you know, I'm giving you a heads up on that now.
Yeah.
Um, but we're gonna start moving forward on that. But it was a pleasure, a wonderful experience. It's a beautiful sister, the Polka
Thank
Dot
you.
Rabbit podcast. Please press the follow button on IG, YouTube. If you're watching, press
Subscribe on
that
YouTube
subscribe
channel.
button. That's it. All that good stuff. Get the book. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
we
Support,
we
support, support.
yourbrozo.com, and we are out of here. Peace.